Joke got told and all I wanted to do was get told so much that it became true. Sat down on any tongue's tip, hoping to get taken serious. When he talked, it was to place of blame. Then he talked more to hear his own.
Well, howdy, everybody. Welcome to the latest edition of Cabin Fever Sessions, brought to you by Western AF and our friends at Gems and VHS. Great day here in the rural parts of Laramie, Wyoming, and nice day just to listen to some music with some friends all around the world. It's been a really tough week losing our idol, a great man, John Prine, and I had to pull out the old Red Rocks poster when he played with Casey Musgraves a couple of years ago. So want to dedicate this whole episode to him and just appreciate everything he's done for the singer-songwriter scene, just America in general. And what we're doing here is, is just as important. We're going to be focusing on, on the next, the next wave of great musicians out here. And so let's listen to some good songs and keep up that vibe that John started for us a long time ago. I'm sitting here with Chris Acker and Dean Johnson. Chris, how are you doing? Want to dedicate this whole episode to him and just appreciate everything he's done.
I'm super bummed that my favorite songwriter.
What we're doing here is, is just as important. We're going to be focusing on the next wave of great musicians out here, and so let's listen to some good songs and keep up that vibe that John started for so long. Chris Acker Johnson. Chris, how are you doing? Want to dedicate this whole episode to him. A little bit about John Prine. Was he a pretty big influence on you?
I'm super bummed that my favorite songwriter.
What we're doing here is,
when he was coming up, and his brother, besides
the next
record, and my dad was pretty obsessed from like ninth grade on, and so then it kind of just came into my childhood, and then I kind of when I got into writing songs when I was a little older, I kind of had like a second love affair with his all his albums. So he's been pretty big for me.
Have to do a shot to John Prine here later in the thing. I'm just gonna make sure my cup is loaded up here because it's gonna be a long day getting all sad thinking about him. And Dean Johnson, all the way in Seattle, Washington. How the hell are you?
I'm faring really well, relatively. I'm in a good situation, staying healthy. And I don't have unemployment yet. I need to get some unemployment. I've got denied a couple times, but it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Is it hard to apply for unemployment when you're a singer-songwriter? I'm kind of curious.
Well, I'm a bartender first, and the bar closed right in the middle of March, and apparently it's challenging for me to get unemployment because I've failed, and all the friends I know have succeeded so far. So it's between me and the computer, I think, my shortcomings.
Well, right on there. Just for some folks that don't know like who you are, I've gotten to know you, Dean, the last couple of days, but I met you, Chris, in New Orleans. Meeting you and getting to hang out with you in New Orleans was one of the best experiences ever. But just kind of tell people a little bit about who you are and where you're at, and what are you doing out there in New Orleans?
For a second, I thought you were going to ask me to talk about Dean, which I'm a lot better at than talking about myself. I could go on about Dean. No, I don't know. I lived here in New Orleans for better part of 5-6 years now, and I'm originally from Seattle, Washington, and but I don't know, for whatever reason, the immediate community I found myself in New Orleans when I first came when I was around 21, it was kind of the first home for that accepted any of the songs I'd been writing. And so I kind of rode that feeling of, well, this seems to be that I can, hang out and do what I love, and kind of be encourage the talent of the other people I serve. And so yeah, I live in New Orleans. I'm from Seattle. I write songs.
That was perfect there. And let's go over to Dean. Dean, a little bit about yourself, and just to kind of let the other audience know who you are.
Well, I grew up in the Pacific Northwest, or on Puget Sound, in a small rural town, basically. But I've been in Seattle for the last 16 years, living with my brother in his basement. And and I work at a bar like 10 blocks from my house. It's my favorite bar I've ever been to, basically. I got the job just from drinking there.
It's my favorite bar in the entire world as well.
Thanks, Chris. So my life's been pretty simple, I have to say. I have been in a couple bands. The most recent is the Sons of Rainier, and that found some music community through all that. And yeah, got great people to hang out with. But yeah, in general, pretty simple.
Hell, a lot of Rainier fans here in the room too, and excited to have you on here, Dean. Well, guys, let's stop talking here. Let's just shut the hell up and get some songs going. I got a coin here because we haven't decided who's going to go first, so I think we're going to give it to heads on Chris and tails to Dean. So let's see. And looks like it's tails. So, Dean, why don't you start us off, brother?
Okay. Should I just jump right, Chris? I think you got to mute your phone.
What's that?
I think you're supposed to mute your phone.
I'm not gonna be talking, but I will if that's gonna make you feel more comfortable.
Me.
Well,
should I? Okay, well, I just want to say hi to my friends out there who I haven't seen for a long time, and a special hello to Al's Tavern. I wore my shirt. But yeah, I can't see any of you. Thanks for listening, or thanks for watching. I feel nervous, so I'm still going to pretend you're naked at home. That's the way you do it when you're nervous. Okay, this song is called Annabelle Goodbye, except I should have a sip first. Okay, I can just jump right in. There's a box of poems, and there's a wooden knife. There's a burst of yellow flame, they quickly turn to ash. There's a diamond for your finger on the riverbed. Down below the bridge where we stood, remember what you said. You said, darling, I'm in love with you. There ain't nothing that I wouldn't do. But it turned out they were lies. Annabelle, goodbye. I know where you're sitting, baby, on the greener side. Everything behind you black, smoke it fills the sky. Now I feel the cold wind, found out where I stand. Now I know that all you said was written in the sand. Oh, but darling, I'm in love with you. There ain't nothing that I wouldn't do. But I know your eyes are dry, Annabelle, goodbye. This song song, it is my last confession. I'm a bird, I'm a man. Oh, can you hear me singing? My heart's on fire. But I got to let it die and build goodbye.
That was beautiful there. Beautiful stuff there, Dane. Loved it. We're kind of always a little bit bohemian with our format here, but I love that song. Can you talk about it a little?
Well, I think there's a box of poems, and there's a wooden match, and there's a burst of yellow flame, and they quickly turn to ash. That came from a character out of the East of Eden, actually, which I read in high school, and I think I read it again in my 20s. And there's a guy who burned his whole collection of poems. And other than that, just going through, having been through some heartbreak things, it helped make that song a little easier. It originally was a longer song with a whole middle verse and a middle bridge section that's resembled the outro. And it got a little bit nasty in it. It said, no, it didn't. It's just a heartbreak song.
A beautiful heartbreak song there, and I'm glad that little shout out to John Steinbeck there. Let's actually just go right into it and do another song there. I'm loving what I'm hearing here, and love to hear some more.
Okay. And is everything okay with hearing the guitar and stuff balanced?
Play the guitar louder. I've been told that you must play the guitar louder.
Okay, I'm gonna do that then. Okie doke. Wish me luck on this one. She was my girl, but I shouldn't say mine. And now that she's gone, I play and rewind. All of the ways I was naive and blind. She was my girl, but I shouldn't say mine. I held you too tight, my weakness showed. I was in your way, trying to get you're after the world, Rolling Stone. All right, I'll leave you alone. Too much, not enough, close enough to tear each other up. Ooh, it's a storm, vision of the currents cold and warm, and our little hurricane was born. She was my girl, but I shouldn't say mine. It was proven to me time after time. All of the ways I was naive, blind. She was my girl, but I shouldn't say mine. Ooh.
Amazing song right there. What's the name of that song, just for all of the crowd out there that's interested?
I forgot to say it's called "Shouldn't Say Mine."
Beautiful. Folks, if you're watching the live stream right now, down on the left side of the screen, you can see Dean's Venmo account right there. This is a time to help out, our artists, make sure that they can still keep thriving. If the Rainier can just keep coming in, I'm sure we'll still have some happy artists who will write some good songs for y'all right there. Also on the Super Chat on YouTube there, you got a question, give us a tip. All donations today that go on the Super Chat on YouTube are going to go to our artist performing today here. And it'd be really great to see you help them out there. So give what you can, but don't give too much, because we know what happens when musicians get too much money. They make like a Pearl Jam album or something like that. I don't know if that's an insult, but not a fan. Anyways, Dean, loving what you're doing here. Could you play us one more song, then we're going to switch it over to Chris?
I sure will. Thank you, by the way, Mike. Thanks for having me on Western AF, and Chris, thank you for inviting me to play on here. So Chris got asked to do this by Western AF, and then Chris invited me to do it with him. So thank you, Chris, and thanks to you guys. This one is called "Acting School." Hey, by the way, Chris, it's funny to be singing the song and I see you on my screen, and you're just sitting there. I almost started cracking up during that last song. I got a thing in my throat, and I was looking at you, and it was challenging. Okay, this one's called "Acting School." It's like weighing the options of showing your emotions or hiding them in the verses, and then you go with hiding your emotions in the chorus. What's better? What's better? If I act like everything's cool, that I'm doing fine, though I'm happy for you, hardly ever cross my mind, I'm doing fine. I'll let the tears fall down like rain, my heart out on my sleeve, go around saying your name, let everybody see, it's killing me. Can't you see? No, I'm going to acting school, and all you people I will fool. You believe that it's genuine, and you see me smiling all the time. Sunshine all the time. You hardly cross my mind. What's better? What's better? If I could get you to think that I understand, maybe buy you a drink, shake the hand of your new man, I understand. A waste of the summer light, never try anything new. Get drunk and start a fight, probably say fuck you, nothing new, nothing new. No, I'm going to acting school, and all you people I will fool. Under the clear blue sky, you'll see no questions in my eyes. Darling, you'll never know. In my heart the fire glows. You will not find one sign that you are always on my mind. My mind all the time. You're always on my mind.
God damn, Dean, that was some fucking amazing songwriting there. I love that. What was the name of that song? So I can download it off of the BoobTube Spotify. I'm sure it's available, right?
I don't know if it is. It might be. It's called Acting School, Mike.
Breaking up.
Love it there. Love it there. Oh, do we have you back there, Chris? Can you see us?
Yeah, did I fall out there for a sec?
You're always falling out line some way or another, Chris.
You guys are cracking up again.
Oh yeah. If you missed it, everybody, we were definitely rocking a little bit of what would you call it? Invisible drums and guitar earlier. So we'll see if we can get some more of that.
Drums.
Chris, talk a little bit about how you and Dean met. I'm kind of curious about that.
I love this story. Well, me and Dean, it was my 21st birthday, and I went into Al's Tavern, which was a bar that I'd been going into occasionally with a ID that was someone else's that was older than me for a couple months at that point, but I'd never gone in on a day that I met Dean, thankfully. But I went in on my 21st birthday to Al's because it's right around where I hung out a lot growing up in Seattle, and he was just the bartender for my 21st birthday, and I ended up in my underwear in the middle of the street outside of Dick's Hamburgers on 45th there, and then I stayed. It was right after the first time I'd been to New Orleans, but I stayed in Seattle for a long time after that, working at a breakfast place, and I would go to Al's a lot. And Dean was kind of just my I hate saying like the bartender is a therapist or whatever, it's so fucking cheesy or whatever, but I didn't have many friends in Seattle at the time. I had a lot of friends that were away, and so Dean was kind of he didn't know. He was like, him and our friend Charlie were kind of my best friends in Seattle at the time. And I didn't know that Dean wrote songs until a couple years later. I just knew him as my favorite bartender. So, yeah. That's how I met Dean.
Well, how's that make you feel, Dean?
Well, I feel like it's a really lucky thing that he came in there when he was 21. Well, I guess he had been coming in illegally, Christopher.
Yeah.
But I feel fortunate because, talking to Chris, I found out he was a songwriter, and he gave, I think within within a couple weeks of knowing him, he gave me a collection of his songs on a CD, which I liked, and I enjoyed having his friends around and stuff too. But it was through Chris that I met Sam Gelband and Charlie Meyer, who are the drummer, the drummer and bass player for the Sons of Rainier. Chris is the unifier of the Sons of Rainier, incidentally. So that is a very momentous thing. But yeah, and getting to know Chris's music and to get to know him better was great. Yeah, beautiful.
It's beautiful, and it's beautiful to see both artists here showing off their best on the face mustaches.
Yeah. Chris,
if you've ever heard I was listening to an album today that a good friend of mine showed me years ago. It was actually Devin from Sons of Rainier showed me it. There's a Loudon Wainwright, the third album, called Attempted Mustache, and I feel like we're on either sides of Attempted Mustache. This is an attempt, and that's the landing of it. That's you're sticking it. You're sticking the stash. I don't know if this is real. It's nice of you to call it a mustache, I guess.
Well, yours looks great on this in your little frame anyway.
Yeah, put some mascara on it and darkened it up a bit.
A nice thing. It's nice to be able to see you guys and to have mine so teeny. I think if mine was bigger, like I can barely see me at all. So that's really helpful.
Yeah.
I like the format. This is great.
I like you big. I like it. So that works out.
Oh, speaking of big stuff, I think it's time. I think it's time for us to head on over to you. Really quick, I might as well just stop the stream here for a second. But since if everybody could please get a beer or a beverage in their hand right now, Chris, I know you're going for your guitar, but go get your tall girl right there. To John.
Down front.
Yeah,
John.
keep going.
You know, I downed like half of this whiskey like the other day when it happened, and I'm happy to finish the rest of this whiskey before this stream ends. So, Chris, play us a song.
All right, I will. This song, I asked for some requests on the internet, and this song got requested a couple times, so I'm going to do it first. So I want to honor the request, but I'm probably not going to do the other request. So if you requested if you requested this song, you're going to be the only happy requester. All the little kids got their sidewalk chalk, stepping on the roaches, putting salt on the slugs. I'm sitting in my kitchen, chewing on bread, treating every dollar like a rubber band. Well, those big eyebrows and those high cheekbones probably had her looking pretty funny till she was grown. Now she's living on the corner, I'm making a wish. I wonder how she'd like my face if it didn't look like this. She wouldn't ask for something she couldn't get by herself. I wanna feel you on my skin like copper tone. I wanna beg like a paid loan. I'm gonna stand my ground like a traffic cone. Honey, I'm gonna last like styrofoam. Like styrofoam. Well, all the girls resting on their elbows until they're numb, and I'm standing around on my 2 feet, wondering if they can move on them like me. Well, that hanger's in her closet there, better dressed than any pew humper in their Sunday best. And I want little bruises from her kiss. I wonder how she'd like my face if it didn't look like this. She wouldn't ask for something she couldn't get by herself. I wanna feel you on my skin like copper tone. I wanna beg like a payday loan. I'm gonna stand my ground like a traffic cone. Honey, I'm gonna last like styrofoam. Like styrofoam. Like styrofoam. Like
Hot damn there, Christopher. Always impressive and beautiful to hear your voice there. Reminding everybody right now, when the artists are playing, I hope you're enjoying the music, but on the bottom right there is their personal, hold hopefully safe Venmo. Please donate what you can. Tip your artist. They are the bartenders of our live stream here, and they're definitely giving us the succulence of life, which is singing and songwriting. Enough of me talking. Chris, you've been here to Laramie, actually. But is it once now or a couple of times?
Just one, but I loved it a lot.
Yeah, it was a hell of a time. You played at old Sean Hess's house with was Nick, right?
Yeah, me and OK Crawdad, we did a tour where we kind of shared the bands, and yeah, we had a night. It was my favorite. It was my favorite night of the summer. We had one of the most beautiful drives of my life from that side highway that goes just from Fort Collins to Laramie. I forget which highway that is, but it's beautiful. And then we got to Sean's house, and it was just the best hospitality. And they were playing the Sons of Rainier, and we it just was packed, and everyone seemed really happy. It was just like it was a really, really great show. One of my favorites ever was in Laramie with you guys. So thanks to Sean for that, Sean and Hunter.
Yeah, Sean and Hunter. Yep, and along with Chris's video, we also have videos of Sean and Hunter on our channel. Don't forget to go and check out our YouTube channel and see all these little performance portraits that we've shot over, I guess, past half of the year right now. And also, don't forget to check out our partners, Gems on VHS, those beautiful bastards all the way there in Nashville, Tennessee. Shout out to Anthony and Tim Dugan. Anthony Sipkins, by the way. And we always love saying Dugan like we like the Street Fighter thing. If you know that, then yeah. If you don't know it, then maybe you need to nerd out a little bit more. Chris, why don't you take us into another song here? Do you have one that you're going to play, or am I able to throw a request out there?
I have an idea, but throw a request.
Okay. I'll hold off on being selfish here. Everybody in the chat right now, if you want to hear a specific Chris Acker song, type it in the chat. Throw a tip. It doesn't hurt. We all know you got money hiding away in the backyard there. Go get the rototiller out and dig it up. But tip for a Chris Acker song, suggestion, or request. Go ahead.
All right, thanks. And Dean didn't hesitate to bring up unemployment at the get, so let's get those back. Here we go. Am I moving? Okay, Dean just got a little staticky there, but my stream's all good there.
Yeah, stream's looking perfect.
Okay, all right. Here we go. This is a song I wrote. A porno movie called Debbie Does Dallas, if you want to nerd out in a different way than Street Fighter. There's action on the sidelines. They advertised the whole team scores when her pom-poms fly. There's a Cowboys cheerleader at Times Square Theater. She didn't think anyone would go see her when she was dancing at the Melody Friday and Saturday up on the big screen Monday through Sunday. She did it the first time to pay back a friend. Why'd she do Dallas again? Oh yeah, this song's also about a Wyoming native. This next verse starts with a little Wyoming reference. Here it is. A long ways from here, she went to Dallas to cheer. But when the cuts had been made, she left in tears. Back to New York City, where she ran out of money, till a producer was told the details of her story, and got her dancing at the Melody Friday and Saturday. Saturday up on the big screen. Monday through Sunday, she did it first time. Pay back a friend. Why'd she do Dallas again? For dismal wage, she took center stage in a top-selling film of the golden age. They named her Bambi and cast her as Debbie, the face that sold tickets but was given no royalties. She ain't dancing at the Melody Friday or Saturday. She ain't on the big screen any other day. She did it twice. Now we don't know where she went. Yeah, she ain't doing Dallas again. She ain't doing Dallas again. She ain't doing Dallas again. There's that.
Damn fine there, buddy. Love the reference to Debbie Does Dallas, that famous documentary that we've all seen once in a while.
Some historians.
Well, Chris, we got some people in the chat here. I'm telling them the tip to do some song requests, but a couple of people really, really want to hear Alavera, but an infamous Sean Hess really wants to hear She's Not There. So I'm going to leave it up to you for that next song there. But what are you feeling?
Did you still have a request?
Did I still have a request?
Yeah, I guess I could do. Yeah, I'll do one for Sean. I'll honor both of those, but I'll do the one for Sean right now. I was in dark of shade. Uncle was quick to stay. Great, see a face and a call it fate. Ceiling fans, we were still as a vigil in lamplight. Doors shut and the windows wide. What eyes can't hold, my cheeks can't cry. She's not gone when I want a friend. No one does come. And one morning she wasn't mine, wasn't hers, and she wasn't kind. Not as simple as a lie. She spoke it straight into my eyes. Can't trick hard works much like a face. All it shows it can fade. You can't make mine change. She's not here. She's not gone. And I want a friend. No one does come. She's not here. She's not gone. When I want a friend, no one does come. Yeah. I'll do aloe vera next set.
That sounds good there, brother. No, really loved it. Since Jim's on VHS is our partner here, Chris, kind of tell the story how Anthony came into your life and came over and just started shooting little videos of you because, besides you coming to Laramie and we getting to meet you there, that was also one of our first exposures to you, as well as checking out the Mashed Potato Records website. Talk a little bit about that.
Oh, shoot. Wait, it broke up for a second. What was the question? I got all the parts about Anthony. What's up, Anthony? What was the question?
Oh, to talk a little bit about how Anthony kind of came into your life and found you and started shooting videos of you because we love those performance videos.
Cool, thanks. Yeah, Anthony just had a friend that he wanted to shoot in New Orleans at the time. A mutual buddy of ours, and but he didn't have a place to stay, and so I was living at this house that generally known as Sister Street because it's on Sister Street, only home on Sister Street, but it may as well be. But I was living just constantly has songs going on game porch or whatever it may be. He just kind of slept in the van, a few late parties and a few early, not early, but morning coffees where usually those where the videos came out of is just kind of waking up. And but yeah, Anthony kind of just came down and very much was a great sport and sank into our life pretty seamlessly. So, and I'm very thankful for it because it's Anthony's become a really great friend, so.
Oh, that's an awesome. Hey, well, Chris, we're looking at your video here. It looks like you're ducking out. What we're going to do is we're going to have you probably get out of the session and then probably come back and log back in. Now, while we're doing that, folks, we're going to show the next series, the small little series that we're doing now called Play It Forward. Small little video, but, with a lot of heart. Basically just showing, people around the music scene covering other people's songs. We're going to play that for you, and we hope you enjoy that.
Okay. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 8 a.m. Here I'm coughing up a lung again, sitting here in this drafty home. It's got my mouth feeling dry as a bone. Well, I went out last night, tried to keep from feeling too uptight. Saw a band playing something alright, forgot their name beneath the marquee light. Sure, it sounded something like this. Well, years ago in Minneapolis, don't you know, someone told me rock and roll was dead. I drank my beer and I scratched my head. Oh, well, that may be true, or at the very least it's true to you. Tell me then, what do you plan to do? Sit on your ass until there's something new? Well, we're just hanging out at the hippie greatest coffee shop without a doubt. But all the artists bring their art to show it, telling everyone that they're a poet. Well, I went out last night, tried to keep from feeling too uptight. Saw a band playing something alright, forgot their name beneath the marquee light. I'm sure it sounded something like this. Tried to keep from feeling too uptight. Saw a band playing something alright, forgot their name beneath the marquee light. I'm sure it sounded something like this.
That was Marquee Lights by Alex Pananovich, covered by a couple of friends around the nation. Trent Pruitt on vocals and guitar there from Austin, Texas. Connor Donahue on the Whirly from New Orleans. Matt Lawn on drums. Ben Galloway on bass and bowed guitar from Drigg Springs. He's the producer of this and has done a great damn job. Patrick Smith on lap steel from New Orleans, and Addie Brown with those sweet vocals all the way from Fort Scott, Kansas. Terrific performance there. This thing that we're trying to do is just basically get people together, musicians around the world here, just covering their favorite artists, just giving them a tribute to that, keeping the vibe going, because that's what we all love to do. Like, I'm sure artists, such as you guys as yourselves, love to cover songs from artists that you're inspired by and love and appreciate. But we're getting close to the end of the hour here. It's been a great fucking session. I've been really, really happy to have both of you on here. Chris, thank you so much for hooking us up with Dean here. And Dean, thank you for giving us your time and your beautiful songwriting. It's been really, really awesome to have you here. And I hope Western as Fuck can make an effort to come out to Seattle and have some Dick's Burgers with you sometime.
I hope so too.
Yeah, maybe we'll bring Chris with us.
Yeah, it's gotta happen. You Al's Tavern too.
Yeah, Al's Tavern, baby. I'd like to say hey to all the Al's crew as well.
Yep, yep. All right, well, as the whiskey gets really, really low here, go ahead and play me a song as I drink what sadness is left of me.
Okay, here we go. The cowboy song. And I'm gonna send it out to all my friends. Sometimes I go country dancing in Counter Burn, and anyway, to all the old music friends and music community. You wouldn't know by looking at me. I am a cowboy, my friend. I'm forever out riding upon the range of my mind, dreaming away all of my time. Kettle calls and canyon walls, the jangle of spurs. At the light of dawn, put the saddle on, start moving the herd. The distant horizons are a glorious sight, and there's getting lost in the Milky Way at night. home. I got a lightning lasso and my trusty horse blue. I've got a 6-shooter too. I have a long Stetson hat and a shaggy mustache. Yes, I'm at home on the range. Tumbleweed and buffalo, the rivers run wide. Sunset over rolling hills, ghost ride in the sky. Campfire song has me feeling just right. Yeah, I'm getting lost in the Milky Way tonight. Down on the sidewalk, life passes me by. I've been too slow for these times. Now you'll be knowing if you look in my eyes. I'm a cowboy neath faraway skies. Ooh, ooh, yippee-yi-yi. I'm a cowboy neath faraway skies.
That was Dean Johnson with Faraway Skies. Dean, that's actually become one of my favorite songs of just getting to know you and getting to hear some of your stuff online. Terrific fucking song there, my friend.
Thank you, Mike.
Absolutely. And you know what? Speaking of, like, you know, when you're talking about cowboys and that shit, you need to come to Laramie, Wyoming and come play at one of our many fine establishments. We got the Duck, the Buck, and the Salmon Palace. You know, everything named after some kind of beautiful little animal here in Wyoming. And yes, I'm going to put my hat in there for the Salmon Palace, where Sean Hess and Hunter Hicks are bringing us some of the best music from around the world. And so put it on the schedule. When all of this bullshit is done, you make sure that you come to our area.
Yeah. I want to do that.
Perfect. Bring some Dick's Burgers and bring your beer with you if you don't mind. I know it's a lot more special when you buy it from the state where it's made. I think it's made from that state. But I love it. I love my Rainier with a little bit of lime, so bring some limes too.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Come be our bartender for.
Just come live with you guys. Can I live with you guys?
Absolutely, brother. There's plenty of room at the Salmon Palace, and people are always coming and going. So, sorry, Sean, I kind of just threw you under the bus here, but you got to make. And it's Dean Johnson from Seattle. Yip.
Thank you, Sean. Thanks for having me.
And our buddy Hunter Hicks, who I hope is watching right now. Well, we're going to close this off with the amazing, the wonderful Chris Acker. Chris, thank you again for just being a true friend. I know we've had some conversations that, you know, we won't put out here on the waves, but you truly are just a fantastic, amazing person. And the way you're able to bring people together, that's a gift. So the last of the little bit of this whiskey is for you, my friend. So to Chris Acker, love you, you son of a bitch.
Love you. Love to you, Mike. Thanks, man. Fuck, that's some very kind words. And also love you, Sean, Hunter, Ruben, old Dino.
Yep. Love to our engineer Ruben, who makes these streams work. He definitely knows what the fuck he's doing. Oh, he's coming around. 6 feet. 6 feet.
Screen time. Yeah, Ruben.
Yeah, there you go, brother. Well, anyways, everybody keep rocking out there, keep loving, keep succeeding, keep surviving, and Chris, take us out with something memorable.
Well, as much as I want to honor the request, it's unlikely, and having just one song left, I'll probably do another live stream or something like that where I'll honor Alavera and a few others. Dean, I'm not going to honor your request. I just have one more, and we talked about John Prine at the beginning, and that guy's just kind of been my number one for like I owe a lot to that guy that I never met. So I'm going to end with a John Prine song. This is one of my favorites by him. Black faces pressed against the glass where rain has pressed its weight. Wind-blown scars, top-down cars all share Western trait. Sadness leaks through tear-stained cheeks from winos time stored you. And they don't know they gave me these late John Garfield blues. Midnight fell, Franklin Street, and the lamppost buffer broke. For the life of me, could not see, but I heard brand new joke. Two men were standing upon a bridge. One jumped and screamed, "You lose." Left the odd man holding those late John Garfield blues. Old men sleep with conscience at night. Young kid sleeps his dreams while the mentally ill perfectly still live life's in between. Going away, last resort in a week or two, real soon. Where the fish don't bite, one same night by the cold light of the moon. The horses scream, nightmares dream, and the dead men all wear shoes. And everybody's dancing those late John Garfield blues.
A beautiful way to end the night there. Thank you so much, Chris Acker. And to our friend Dean Johnson, may you be a friend for life, and we are so stoked to have you be a part of the Cabin Fever sessions and Western as Fuck family. Want to thank Gems on VHS for partnering with us. They've been amazing and so supportive. I think we text every day. It's so good just to have these connections with people that really care about supporting musicians and making sure that they that they have a space for them to be seen, to be heard, to be loved, to be appreciated. And that's what we're doing at Western as Fuck as well. Guys, next week we're going to have our buddy Gus Clark and our other buddy Pat Reedy on our next live session. Should be a hell of a time. I hope you guys tune in every Friday. Next Friday is those guys. Tune in every Friday for these live sessions. And thank you guys both for being here. Oh, and also don't forget, to just set a reminder and, clicks for notifications so you guys remember to be on that live stream. But back to you guys. Thank you so much for being a part of this stream here. And do you have any final words for some of the people out there that need music like this, that just want to hear and be appreciated by you?
Now, right? I don't know shit. Thanks so much for listening. To those that I don't know that listen, that's still a new concept to me, and it's really cool that there are people that listen. And also I know that I got a lot of homies far away and even close that I can't really see because we're not all out and about, and family and such. And Anthony and Mike and all those and all you guys and fucking Dean and Al's and Dick's Hamburgers, list goes on. So thanks for listening. I hope everyone's staying safe and being well, and yeah.
Thanks to everybody who's out there searching for new music, and thanks to you guys at Western AF and Gems on VHS for showing off songwriters in a beautiful way. You got your YouTube stuff is beautiful stuff. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you both. I really, really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your precious quarantine to do this with us. Keep checking back of us. Click the notification bar. And we'll do this every Friday until we get the fuck out of this mess. So I love you, world. I love you all. And I love you, Chris, and I love you, Dean. Love you, Ruben.
Thanks, Ruben.
Absolutely. A couple of cheers right now. And this is the end of the stream.